Y'all, love on your kids. Kids that are raised in love versus kids that are raised in trauma and dysfunction, they live separate lives. Don't leave your kids out here hungry and thirsty for love, and then they grow up in a rebellious spirit, addiction, right? Partying, right? Self-destruction, right? It becomes embedded because now they gotta prove that they wasn't raised correctly. They weren't raised in love. People don't realize that's why so many people do participate in so many self-destructive behaviors. Not because they got issues, but because, like, what's the word? Subconsciously, right? Subconsciously, they trying to prove that they didn't get what they needed as a kid. They basically still acting out as adults, right? As adults, they are actively acting out, throwing temper tantrums because of what they didn't get as a kid. And then what that's doing is leaving them in these lives of struggle and survival, and they never live because they are so stuck in self-sabotage, right? And if, as an adult, that's why so many of us are healing now, right? That's why we are in a place of healing. So now that you are in a place of healing, make sure that you internalize what you're learning so that you give it back to your kids, so that you love on your kids the way God told us to love. Show up for them. Put effort into love. Show them that love is an action word, right? It is not just a word. Show them, y'all might not like this, but show them that those family members and people around them who just say they love them but never show up for them, show them that that's not love, right? Not because you down talk these people, but show them that that's not love because of how you love them. You love them correctly so they know what it means to be loved incorrectly, right? Because if you don't, when they grow up, and somebody, they easily fall prey to somebody who is manipulative because they searching for love, and a person can tell them they love them and their actions don't have to match because that's what they done seen their whole life, right? From their family members, like them parents that is not involved, you still doing stuff for buying gifts, putting under the tree, putting their name on it, from family members who you know not showing up, making excuses for why these people not showing up. Allow them to learn to love people for who they are. Love and honor and respect, right? That's what you're teaching them. So they're not going to be disrespectful, right? But they will understand what it means to be loved correctly. And that's important for their life. It ain't got nothing to do with these people. These people can feel how they want to feel. You have to do what's best for your kids. Your kids need to have the chance to live a healthy life, which means they need to know what healthy love is. And it can start with you because you know, right? You are healing. You are overcoming. Don't forget that as you are healing, you have to share these things with your kids. You have to share this open love and affection with your kids. If you are going through a healing stage, like if you've been through healing, that means a point in your life, you was probably emotionally unavailable. Emotional unavailability is not just in relationships. It's also in your parenting, right? Not just in your romantic relationships. You can be emotionally unavailable as a parent, too. If you're emotionally unavailable, you're emotionally unavailable, period. So now that you are healing, right, and you are overcoming all these things that have happened, all this trauma that has happened to you, be sure that you remember how stressful, how strenuous it was on you. Don't allow people to tell you, oh, your kid's story is not the same as yours. You can't project that on them. I'm going to tell you, we know that this world is spiritual. And if the enemy put those spirits in you, and planted those spirits in you, those seeds in you as a kid, and you needed to heal from them, guess what? That's the same thing that's happening to your kid. That's what generational curses is. So if you are overcomer, you are, right? You are overcomer, which means we breaking generational curses. That we gonna break them off our kids. We gonna pray over our kids. We gonna love our kids correctly, and we gonna teach them the way. so that they don't have to learn the hard way. So they can bypass some of these things because they already know how to set boundaries, right? They already know how to show empathy. They already know how to communicate healthy. They already know how to make their own decisions, right? You are their guide, right? Train a child up in the way that you want them to go, and they will never stray, right? So you remember that when you are on your healing journey, remember that your healing is not just for you. It's also for your kids. Love on your kids correctly. I love y'all. Be blessed.